from pulling the needles out of your skin. Okay, that makes sense because it sounded like you were in a rush. And so now I understand why. And you're never, in physical pain. Well, you were like out of breath a little bit.
Yes.
Well, look who's back.
Hi.
She could not stay away for long enough. I knew that with enough convincing she'd be back. And now in the flesh, she is here. Everyone say hi, Nicolette.
Hi, Nicolette. No.
Hi, Nicolette, and everybody. Welcome back to the Your Petty Friend podcast. This is episode 14.
14, yeah.
This is Nicolette's first time with the new mics. I'm so excited for her. And you know who else is back? Teddy, obviously. He came back for cuddles. He just got groomed, so he looks very short and tight. And he looks great. How trids? I know.
Yeah.
Well, I already warned Nicolette that she's going to carry this episode.
Okay.
I'm a little hungover. Okay. I'll get into that.
Okay.
So I'm here to listen and participate.
Okay, that's fine. No worries. So I have a bunch of random things to talk about.
I love that.
I mean, I'm going to talk about
Come on, Trent.
my plants.
Okay. Oh, we forgot to put plants in the background.
Oh, yeah.
Should we do that? No. Okay.
But I was thinking maybe you should show everybody your plants because I feel a lot of pride because I gave you your first plant.
Oh, sure. We can do that after.
Yeah.
We can show them a lot of plants. There's so many in here. I've got rid of a lot of them.
I know.
Because of they were taking over my apartment. Come here. Sit.
Yeah, no, I think you got your new apartment in this building.
Correct.
And then I was like, you need a plant.
And it started with one.
Yeah.
And then one became like 15. And then I moved apartments in this building. Uh-huh. And when I moved into this apartment, that's when I realized I have too many plants. Like they were giving me anxiety. And
because they just keep growing and taking
up space. They keep growing, and especially some of the ones that I have or that you guys have seen in the backgrounds on the side of the couches that we put to like kind of hide what's on the side of them. They have grown massive.
Yeah.
And like the one right here that you guys can't see, but you've seen in the videos or in the previous episodes, it's huge.
Yeah.
And it was so little when I got it. And now it's just become this massive Little Shop of Horrors moment.
No, you're like a really good plant dad.
Yeah, well, I killed. There's one that's dying right now.
Yeah.
That I have to say goodbye to because I'm not in the mood to save it.
That's fair.
And I love it so much. Where is it? It's right there. But it's turning black and all crispy, and I'm like, it's fine. I could use one less plant. But I've given a lot away.
Yeah.
To anyone who was like, I want a plant. I'm like, here you go.
There you go.
Like the day after, I'm like, oh, I got your plant.
I just remember one day coming in, and I'm just like, I think you're overdoing it a little bit.
Well, Michael said the same thing. He was like, it's like a jungle in here. I was like, I don't know what happened. And then when Mandisa moved out of LA back to New Jersey, she had a bunch of plants which are outside on the balcony that you guys haven't seen. And I use those to kind of cover up people looking into my apartment. Yeah,
they're great.
They're huge.
They are.
They came like that. They're massive snake plants.
That makes sense now, yeah.
Why they're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that I didn't understand why you had such big ones like all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Just so like, did you buy these?
Fun fact. Pre-Jake, obviously, I was hooking up consistently with this one guy, and he had asked me, like, oh, can people look into your apartment? And I lied. I was like, no. And then he tested it, and he was like, okay, so people can literally see directly into your apartment. And I was like, I know, but, like, whatever. You know? Like, we gave him a show, and what a show it was.
There you go.
But he was very adamant of, can you find a way to fix that? Yeah. And so Mandisa was moving, and she said, I have plants. And I said, I will take them because I have a perfect place for them. And they do the job. Yeah. But that's literally why I have those specific plants outside.
Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense. A little bit more privacy.
How did this? Nice. So we're talking about my plants. We're supposed to talk about your plants.
I like have a bunch of cactuses at the property in La Quinta, and I was there this week So I went to just kind of check in on things, and then I had one of my friends come visit, and she was just saying that because a lot of my plants are overgrown, so I needed to trim them. So that was
Where
one
in
of
the
the
backyard?
things. Just throughout the whole
Okay.
property, just everything's kind of like overgrown from like the spring. In the spring and winter is when everything grows out there, and then everything kind of stops growing in the summer.
Okay.
And so that was one of the things on my list. And then she just suggested that I propagate all of my trimmings and then actually put them in pots and, have them as like cute things to give away to people. So you might be getting a cactus at some point if you want a cactus.
I've only had one and I killed it.
I mean,
I overwatered it.
Yeah, I'm in Long Beach normally, and Long Beach is it's very humid, and it's got a lot of like moisture in the air.
Right?
No, for cactuses, no.
Oh.
So I might end up taking them to like my aunt's or my dad's house because they have like drier climates, and then maybe take them back when they're ready, and then put them in a cute pot, and then give them away to people. And that's
gifts?
kind of as gifts,
Yeah.
and they're very very like spiky and prickly. And then I did something really dumb. So
And they hurt.
yeah. So
Did you fall into it?
no, but I got like a bunch from my property, but there was only really like 2 or 3. There's like 3 different kinds on my lot. And then as I was leaving, the mail is like, it's like I went to go pick up the mail, and it's like this metal box where you, like all the other houses, they go to the...
In La Quinta.
Yeah.
It's like I know it.
You know what I'm
it is
talking
at
about,
the
right?
end of a major block.
Right.
Within the neighborhood, because people don't have mailboxes within their actual homes.
Right.
Outside of the front door.
Yeah.
So it is like they stack them all together, and it looks like kind of like an apartment. How there's a bunch of lockers.
Yeah.
Basically, in each house is assigned a locker in this little box.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Real small town vibes.
yeah. So I went over to pick up my mail, and then the house that's right behind this little box thing had all of these different cactuses that I don't have.
Okay.
And so instead of asking, because I don't really know the neighbor that well,
Did you
I
take
just
them?
I just kind of grabbed them with my hands. And they didn't have like huge spikes. They had those little tiny ones.
This is why stealing is bad.
And I like immediately regretted it because I was like, I got what I wanted. There was like a purple cactus. There's this really cute like white dot cactus.
When you say you just rip them
just
out of the
grab
ground.
it, yeah. No, just grab tore off a piece and then put it in my
like
car.
a leaf?
Yeah, like a cactus leaf, yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I grabbed, and yeah, I grabbed it with my bare hands because I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. And then I get back in I'm doing this like all super quick. I'm just like, I grab my mail and I'm just like looking around. There's no one around. I grab that. And then I put it in my car, and then I sit in my car, and then my hand is covered in little tiny spikes.
Baby needles, yeah.
So since Friday afternoon, I've just been picking them out.
No.
So that was kind of...
It didn't hurt, though.
It didn't... I mean, it hurt for, like, the drive back, because I was doing that as I was leaving. So for, like, the entire 2 hours, I'm, like, trying to use my hand.
For cactus.
And then I'm just, like... I did stop at Starbucks before... Oh, I shouldn't say that.
Why?
We're trying to boycott them.
Oh.
But, yeah.
I don't drink Starbucks, but it's nothing personal. I just don't like the coffee.
Yeah. I mean, I had a 2-hour drive ahead of me, so I stopped to get coffee, and in the bathroom, I like tried to get it all off. So I was there for like a good 10 minutes, and that was when I called you, or when you called me, like right as I was like getting back in my car to start my drive.
From pulling the needles out of your skin. Okay, that makes sense because it sounded like you were in a rush, and so now I understand why. And
I was like in physical pain.
Well, you were like out of breath a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was like, is this a good time? And now I know.
I'm just like, it is and it isn't, but I'm fine.
You're like, I can't tell you exactly why, but I gotta go. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll talk to you later.
I was just struggling a little bit with my hands, and like it was they're pretty much gone, but I still have a couple like little pricks that I could see, and I just need my skin to like push them out. Yeah, at this point.
I mean, I hope they grow to be like massive cactus after this.
No, they're tiny ones, but they're cute.
But they're not going to grow to get big.
No.
Oh. Okay.
So, I mean, they were tiny
Whatever
ones.
you like to do and fill in your spare time, Nicolette, is all up to you.
This is my dedication to my plants, okay?
Yeah. No, look, it's sad because the plant that is dying that I mentioned earlier,
yeah,
I took a clipping of that from a restaurant
original.
that I go to often.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell anybody. I just like kind of ripped it off and ran on the way out.
No, it's like...
And I propagated it, and it was doing really well in water. And like I thought it was doing fine in soil, and now it's dying. And I was just like, oh, that's karma. It's fine. I was like, it was never meant to be mine, so just fine. It's fine. I have so many other plants.
But that's like such a huge thing if you can learn how to propagate and
you just stick them in water.
Yeah, you stick them in water.
Put them in the sun. Call
Cactuses are like a little bit more complex because you have to like, I don't know, it's like a whole process, but you know, you go on YouTube and you learn and you figure it out.
You listen to this podcast and you learn how to not do things correctly. It's fine.
So yeah, if you're gonna snatch cactus, be prepared for like
Bring
the
gloves.
immediate
Bring gloves. Know what you're doing. Bring gloves.
Repercussions. Yeah.
Bring a fence. Bring someone to like a distraction.
Yeah.
To put on a show in the middle of the street while you just clean house.
Yeah.
And
something
take
along
all
those
the cactus.
lines.
So, one of my episodes with Michael, I mentioned that I forgot my sister's birthday.
Yeah.
Which I did. And last night we went out to celebrate my sister Natalie's birthday. We went to, this is so wild. We went to it's a bar lounge in downtown LA. Mm-hmm. And meaning my sisters and I, we all really love listening to R&B, you know, preferably late 90s, early 2000s. So Natalie, of course, being a fellow R&B aficionado, she picked a place that plays just that. So we went and they reserved a table, and the reservation started at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. at this day and age, post-COVID, post-pandemic, might as well be 1 a.m. Okay. And trying Jake, and it was also the first time that Jake was going to re-meet all of my siblings and their husbands. Oh, right. From when we dated 5 years ago. So it was like a big deal, right? Big deal, yeah. It was a big deal.
Lots to celebrate.
Yeah, lots happening. And Jake comes over at 5, and we had reservations, or he had booked us tickets at the Rooftop Cinema Club somewhere near the Ace Hotel in downtown LA to see Clueless. So before my sister told me that she was going to be celebrating her birthday, I think it's like 2 weeks now, 2 weeks after her actual birthday, Jake was like, I know you love Clueless. I got us tickets to go to the Rooftop Cinema Club to watch it. And it's really cute. They have like little coupley couches and like individual little fireplaces to keep you warm. But then it started raining yesterday. Oh. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, I don't care if it's completely dry. Like, it's going to be cold out there.
Yeah.
And so Jake comes over at 5. And immediately he was like, I was like, and the movie started at 6:30. He was like, do you want to go to this? And I was like, no, I don't. And is it a pain in the ass to cancel? And he's like, no, it's not a big deal. I'll cancel it, and they'll just give us a credit to go back another time for a different movie.
Nice. Okay.
And I was like, okay, great. Because what I would love to do is take a nap, eat something, and lay down as I prep to be out all night long. Because the 9 p.m. arrival as a start time for somebody's birthday celebration, you're asking for a lot.
Yeah.
So I was like, I feel like I need to get an IV drip. I need to take some vitamin C, like some zinc, and get it in my blood system before this night starts. And keep in mind, I haven't really been drinking that much. So I was like, shit. All right, so we take a nap. We order food. We order Uber Eats. It comes. We eat. We're literally like chilling. And then I was like, okay. It was like 8 o'clock, and I was like, okay, we have to start getting ready. Like, let's put our clothes on. Let's put our outfits on. You know, let's slowly put our shoes on. And we left my apartment at like 8:30. We got there at like 9. It was in downtown, so like 9:10. My sister and her husband were already there. And so we meet them. And then my cousin and her husband arrive, and my other cousin arrives, and my other cousin, they all come together. So it's what? Me, Jake, Natalie, that's 4. There's 7 of us. 7 of us sitting at this very large booth all the way in the back of this bar. And Jake is meeting everybody, and everyone's like, "Oh God, it's so good to see you again." Aww. You know, because I'm like, they all remember. Yeah. Jake, it wasn't long ago. And it was empty when we first got there, and then of course as the night went on, it got more people were coming, and it was more filled. And this woman who had like long pink braids, think of like they were like down to the back of her calves. Mm-hmm. It was so funny. We see her. Me and Jake are sitting in the same direction, so we can see everyone that's like coming toward the back of this place. She puts her bag down at a table close to us. She walks over to our table, and we're all sitting there just like talking. And she goes, "So what's the family meeting about, guys? Why are there so many of you?" And I just like start laughing. I was like, "Oh, that was funny." And we just talk, and she was like, "Well, you guys have a good night. You know, I'm here to dance." And I was like, "Oh, good. You know, like, you know, thanks for coming over." An hour goes by, and the imagine this, like my couch a little bigger, and then 2 of them, so they're facing each other, right? I'm on one side. It's Jake, me, my cousin Nancy, her husband, and then Natalie, her husband, are on the other side, so we're facing each other. Same woman comes by an hour later. And she's had a few drinks at this point, because she's sitting very close by, so I know that she's had a few drinks. She comes over to Jake and I, lifts up her shirt, and just pulls her boob out.
Okay.
And and she's literally getting closer to Jake's face with her boob.
Okay.
Just one though. And everyone, like, I just started laughing. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And Chris, Natalie's husband, is like looking. And I don't know where the fuck Natalie was looking, because she missed this whole moment, okay? Because let me tell you, her boob was out for like a minute. Like, she was not letting up. And everyone just starts laughing. And I was like, what is going on? And I was laughing because I'm like, this woman picked the 2 right people, the gays in the group. We're like, this does not faze us at all.
Right.
And so she puts her boob away, and she goes, "I'm really sorry. We haven't been out in a long time." And I was like, "We haven't either." So this is great. The night's off to a great start. And then immediately followed by, "Do you watch Drag Race?" And Jake and I were like, "Yeah, we do." So we start talking about this season, and then, hold on, and then she goes, "Oh, y'all are my people." And she comes into our table, and she sits between Jake and I. So, like, my cousin has to get up because there's not enough space for us. So she sits down, and we're talking about this season's contestants of RuPaul's Drag Race for like a good 10 minutes. And then, like, when she was done, up and left. And, like, never took the scene again. And I kept saying, like, "Where's our friend?" Like, bring her back. She was so funny. But the music was good. I had one too many shots.
Tequila.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think it was like 11:30. I was like, "Okay, Jake, let's go." And he was like, "Okay." And there was a taco truck right outside, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Obviously.
And I was like, I should eat something. I should eat anything before I go to sleep, so that there's like something in my stomach to soak up some of the alcohol while I sleep. So I had some El Pastor tacos. He had some El Pastor tacos. And then we came home and fell asleep.
That's nice.
It was our second sleepover.
Oh, nice.
Teddy was in the between us.
Aw.
Protecting me, obviously. And then we woke up this morning, and he went home.
Oh.
He left some of his stuff here, so I have to take it back to him later.
Okay.
But yeah. Did I feel great this morning? No. But did I feel horrible? No. Even when I woke up, I was like waiting for it. I was like, "Oh shit, when is it coming? Like, when is the hangover coming?" And I was like, "No, not bad."
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't been hungover in a while, but That was a good story.
Did you? You weren't expecting that, huh?
No, I wasn't. No.
Yeah.
I was not. I was like, did she think you were straight? But no.
No. I mean, like Jake and I were cuddled. Like,
okay.
you know, his arm was around me. I was leaning into him. My leg was on his, like, knee. Like, we were obviously, like, we were sitting in a way that was not like, oh, we're friends.
Right.
we're here to talk business. Like, no, we're gay. And we're, yeah. But she was so funny. And then she had entered, like, when she sat down at the table next to us, she was with a guy, which I assumed was her boyfriend, her husband, her friend of the night. I would see her little pink head in the crowd on the dance floor with like 6 different guys throughout the night, and I was like, work, bitch. I was like, this woman is living her best fucking life. Okay.
It's been a while.
And
she
I'm like,
been
did
out.
she pull her boobs out like at any other point of the night? Because I wish I would have. It was so weird, but it was so funny. Can you imagine?
I mean, I've been around girls that do that, yeah.
Lifts it up and just like, she lets go of her bra and her shirt, so it's just there. Like, her shit's up, her clothes are up here, her boob is here. Like, it wasn't like she left her hand there.
Yeah.
To pull it back down. She like pulled it up and moved her hand and just left it there.
Just left it there for a good minute.
And then she was like getting closer to Jake's face. I was like, well, did she want you to suck on her boob? Work.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I bought a round of shots. Chris bought several rounds of shots. And then several rounds of shots later, I was like, I need to go home. And then Natalie called me this morning. Why did you leave so early? I was like, it was 11:30.
It was 11.
I was tired. And I wanted tacos. Okay.
We're getting old.
I hope I made up for
your blunder.
My memory loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope she had fun.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. That's funny that she missed it.
Natalie was dancing. And we're not a big dancing family. I like to dance. But all together, we're not a big dancing family. We're more like a vibe and grooving family. And like, when I say groove, like groove in your seat or where you're seated or where you're sat. And Natalie was next to our table, just like straight up vibing all day.
Aww.
And Natalie, my oldest sister is, she's not the tallest person, right? I feel like the oldest ones are always the shortest.
Yeah.
And poor Natalie's getting knocked around by because where we were like right next to the entrance to get to the bathrooms, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And so it gets very busy, right? Because like as more people come, more people need to use the restroom. And so yeah, this one guy like knocked right into her, and I was like, oh, Natalie has like, she just takes it. She's so little.
So you're just watching this.
Yeah.
Like, if you need
help. It wasn't like on purpose. Like, they weren't tackling her to the ground. Yeah. But that was my night last night.
Sounds
fun. And this morning I made breakfast. Jake doesn't like breakfast, so I made, when I say made, I put them in the toaster, waffles for him.
Oh, there you go.
And I made him an espresso. So really, I cooked breakfast for him.
Yeah. That's cooking for you.
It's 2 buttons, a whole meal.
2 buttons.
An espresso button, and then I push the lever down on the toaster. And then what's funny is, like, their waffles they're from Trader Joe's. They're larger.
Yeah.
They're not the normal waffles I get because they were out. That's annoying. That's a whole other story.
The Belgian waffles.
The Belgian waffle, yes. And so I put them on a plate, obviously.
Right.
And I put them on the table, and I was like, do you want a fork? Because they're so big, right?
Yeah.
You just eat them with your hand. And he was like, I'm not an animal. And I was like, oh. And in my head, I was like,
I am.
Yeah. I would not eat these with a fork. But I got him syrup.
Okay.
And I made him breakfast.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Do you like breakfast? Like, I love breakfast.
So he does not like breakfast. He doesn't like eggs, funny enough.
Wow.
I love breakfast. I eat the same breakfast. I eat the same or something very similar every single day, which is, it's always 4 eggs. And then when I'm home, it's 4 eggs scrambled with green peppers and onions. And then I'll have the 2 waffles from Trader Joe's with whatever variation that is. But I think Jake for breakfast just has a protein shake and some coffee.
Yeah, that's my normal go-to.
Yeah.
But I love a good breakfast.
I'm a breakfast connoisseur.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite little bakery. I didn't get to go this time.
Oh, I thought it was closed.
Huh?
I thought you were about to say it closed.
No, I didn't get to go. But
what is it, La Quinta Bakery?
Yeah, La Quinta. I love it because it's like you walk in and it's like
a neighborhood.
Everyone over the age of 65
goes
it's
there.
The
best. But the food is good.
The food is great.
Good.
Yeah.
If you're into baked goods like pastries and croissants and stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's really good there. But I love it. Everyone's so nice.
Everyone's really sweet.
And I love going early in the morning like we always do. Mm-hmm. And then you can sit outside on the patio if it's nice outside, or you can sit inside and it's like nice in there too.
Yeah.
But the coffee's good. Next to Five Guys, obviously.
Yeah. The current people that are in the house, the reason why I couldn't go back to the house and just wash my hands is because they were already in the house. So I couldn't
Oh, so that's why we went to Starbucks.
That's why. Okay. Yeah. So, and I was kind of panicking, and that was like, I just need like a nice
I can't
bathroom.
Believe you're just like... I love how your brain was like, touch that spiky thing.
No, it's a problem.
Like, touch a few of them.
Yeah, well,
and
no.
like rip and go.
I got like the first one, and I'm just like, well, I've already committed, so might as well just keep going.
Okay.
So yeah, even the first one, I was just like, this is a bad choice, but I'm already here, so might as well just keep going at this point. But yeah, I was driving for a good like 5-10 minutes when I realized like just wiping them, like trying to knock them out wasn't enough, so I actually had to stop.
I think your full brain kicked in.
Yeah, it was like the adrenaline.
Hold on.
Yeah, the adrenaline subsided, and then I'm just like,
hold on.
Shit.
It's like shit, right?
It's like, was it worth it? Maybe, I don't know. Like, we'll find out, I guess.
Well, I hope they grow to be healthy and long-lasting plants.
Yeah, I'm hoping for the best. But yeah, that was. I told my mom, and she just looks. Whenever I do stuff like this, I always preface it with like, guess what I did, and then she'll just like it could be like anything. And after I finished telling her, she just kind of gave me this look like, hi, Nikki, which is her way of saying like pendeja, but not saying.
There was that one TikTok. I'm a pendeja. I let him cheat on me and I take him back because he apologized or some shit like that. Like that. God.
Like my mom doesn't cuss, but she'll just give me this look. I'm like, I know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking.
That's funny. My mom doesn't. Okay, you know what's funny is that you and I say cuss.
Yeah.
When it's technically curse.
Oh, is it?
Yes, but it's because we grew up in Latin households that we were like, why you cussing or stop cussing when the actual word is curse.
Curse.
Because I'll never forget, I think I was in the 3rd grade. I was outside of a classroom and I was like running at the mouth, obviously, using language not for a 3rd grader. Mm-hmm. And a teacher came out and heard me and she said, who's out here cursing? And I was like, I don't know what that is. I was like, I don't know.
And it was you.
And it was me. No, it was absolutely me. But I didn't know that, like, it's cussing. It's not curse. Like, if you say, are you curse? Like, I wouldn't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, I know that curse means the same thing as cuss, but I didn't.
But I never knew it as cursing. Like, I didn't know that. I thought the original word was cuss, like cuss.
Cussing.
Or like cuss.
Yeah.
Not curse.
Oh,
Thus,
interesting.
if you say, like, now I know, but back then I was like, I genuinely don't know what you're talking about, lady.
I just remember, like, I used to cuss a lot at the job that we had together. I
All
would,
of
like,
us did.
run my mouth.
All of us did.
Because of, it was just.
That's where I learned the word dickhead. I still use it to this day.
I learned a lot of, there was a lot of curse words that went into my vocabulary after that. And
what is it? Was there like a British one? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. I never used to say that word until I and it was Australians say it too. And if
Yep.
you can't figure out what I'm talking about, you can figure it out. But like,
Is it 4 letters?
yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I never ever heard anyone use it, and they were using it so casually, and it was like the word that I just never use. And then after working there, I started dropping it. I'm just like, okay, maybe I should stop a little bit. But yeah. So, but anyway, I like Spanish curse words. Pendeja's my favorite.
Puta. There's like chingona.
Mensa. Chingona.
Chingona. Do you ever say like titri?
Yeah, sometimes. Mamon is kind of fun too.
I've never heard that.
Mamon is like, I don't know what it translates to. When you do something stupid.
I love the word chueca for like lopsided.
Oh.
Like, why are you walking on chueca? Oh, it's my favorite.
Yeah, so those are better. I think the Spanish ones are more funny than the British ones.
I don't cuss in Spanish in my head.
Right.
Therefore, I don't cuss in Spanish out of my mouth.
I almost like in my head, like I'm usually thinking a Spanish word. I don't actually say it because I don't really hang around people who speak Spanish all the time.
I wish I did.
I did too. I mean, I just want to get better at Spanish. I don't need to get better at the cursing part of it.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, so that was fun.
Lazy dog. He was outside all day.
I just like.
He's really funny. He was sitting. So Teddy likes to sit outside on my balcony. Mm-hmm. He's always been that way. He loves to sit outside, and it was raining earlier, and he was sitting outside, passed out on my patio bench, as the rain was falling behind him.
Aw.
And I was like, it's so depressing.
But he likes it.
But he's totally fine with it. I'm like, this dog has too many emotions. And he's like a millennial.
He just like sitting in the rain.
Teddy grew up, like in my head, his backstory is Teddy grew up listening to like Hawthorne Heights. And like we're in the same headspace. Like Teddy was on Tumblr. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that kind of brings me. I wasn't going to talk about it, but I think I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk about Jasper.
Okay.
My dog, he died in January, so that was very upsetting.
Yes.
And he reminds me a lot of Teddy, because they're basically the same color, the same dog, the same personality.
Yeah.
Except Jasper would bite. Like, I don't think Teddy's ever tried to bite me.
Teddy, don't let those cute looks fool you. Teddy will bite.
Yeah.
But he won't bite you because he's known you for so long.
Yeah.
He will bite a stranger though, and he has.
Yeah, I mean Jasper, he like the only time he's ever bitten me is when he was in a lot of pain, and sometimes he wasn't like the type of dog that would like cry when he was in pain, but you would go and try to like pick him up and then he would snap at you. And that usually just meant that he was in pain, and so we had to give him his medicine, and he was fine and chill after that. But he was also getting like, he had like a really strong dose, so it made him like the happiest dog after too, because he was high, like
all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really sad. I miss him.
How are you feeling about it now?
Better.
Okay, I know you were very well. To give you some credit, Nicolette came here the day that
it was like the week after. Yeah,
it was like the day before or the week after.
Yeah, I did an episode like the day before.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what it was. You came here. I don't think you filmed that day. I think
I did.
You did. I think it was Michael and I.
Yeah.
And then it was you and I.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Yeah.
And then I remember right when we were done, you were like, I have to get out of here.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize, like, I understood what's happening, but I didn't think I knew how bad it was.
Yeah.
Like, you pulled through that day, so congrats to you for doing that. But,
yeah, I didn't tell you until, like, the very end, because I was just kind of like, I knew if I talked about it before, I would get upset.
Yeah. But the dogs are great.
Yeah.
But you're okay with it now. It's going to hurt for a while. You had that dog. Jasper was around for a very long time.
15 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. I didn't think I was going to cry, but yeah.
The dogs are still...
This doesn't help, but...
No, I know.
Like, I love you, but also...
when it's time for Teddy to no longer be around, I won't get another dog. I already know. Like, that'll be it.
I'm thinking the same when it comes to. I
I
still have Thor.
But Thor was like your dog.
Thor's my dog.
Yeah. She used to bring Thor back to the job that we had together.
Yeah.
And he would run around the garage.
Yeah, and he would like howl because
there were other dogs.
Yeah, there were other dogs, and he would howl and bark. And
I think I brought Teddy once.
Yeah.
And Teddy was like, "Don't do that again." And I was like, "Okay." Never did.
He used to play with the other dog, but there was another
dog that would like to eat the fucking trash. Do you remember that? No, not that one.
Oh,
the other one.
The other one, yeah.
Who would come in?
He was
and
like
he would just go directly because we all sat close to each other. We all had our like individual trash cans, and he would go trash can by trash can. He would take all the shit out of it and he would eat it. You don't remember that? Oh, no. My God. But like, do you see how I clearly remembered that?
Yeah.
And like, he would eat the trash. And
yeah.
I was like, it's because this whole situation is trash and you know it.
I mean, he was just, I don't know. I think Thor didn't have any issues with that one, but the other dog that was there, he would like bully that dog a little bit.
The little one.
Yeah. Yeah. And the owner wasn't like super keen on that. But,
right.
That's
keen,
fine.
Super keen. Yeah.
Keen. What other words do it? A bit. I say a bit a lot because of that.
Right now are people, I feel like what's really popular on TikTok and Instagram is in it.
In it. Oh yeah. In it. Yeah.
In it. And for some more background on me, my boss is British.
Yeah.
One of them right now. And, I asked him, I was like, do you say in it? And he looked at me like I was crazy. He was like, that's from the 90s. I was like, oh no, it's back.
Yeah.
I was like, so you can polish it off and bring it into today. Because everyone's like, in it.
Yeah. I still talk to like 2 friends from that time, and they're both British, and I haven't spoken to them recently. But yeah, whenever I do remember picking up a little bit of a British twang from hanging out.
I think it's the British rhythm.
Right.
Of how you say words.
Yeah.
I hate it. So,
yeah, really?
Yeah, I don't like it. Because sometimes it can be really exhausting. I'm like, can you just say what you need to say?
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need a 3-page, 5-page MLA formatted essay for you to say, hi, how are you? Don't need that. Just say, hi, how are you? What's going on?
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. I would get like confused a lot too. I'm just like, what are you trying to say again? I'm still American. Sometimes things would get lost in translation for sure.
1,000%.
Yeah, between the Brits and the Americans.
Do you know they call me Kevin XX at work?
Why?
Because that's how I sign off my email signature.
Oh.
Or it's XX.
I don't know if is that a British thing?
It's definitely a British thing. It was, I heavily started using it when we worked together, and then I've held on to it since then. So what is that, 7-8 years?
That's funny.
Mm-hmm. That's where it started, because our boss would do that, and I had no idea what it meant. And back when I was like a noob in the music industry, my emails were so long. Hi, so-and-so, hope all is well.
Yeah.
Just reminding you, blah, 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 blah. Thanks, sincerely, Kevin. Yeah. And then finally I was like, oh, this is so annoying. Like, just get to and so I'm a very short emailer.
Yeah.
I give you what you need. I'm not fluffing it up at all. I think if it's someone that I haven't spoken to in a long time, it'll be like, hi, so-and-so, hope all is well, period. Everything you need to know, XX. And it's 2 capital X's. I don't do 1 uppercase, 1 lowercase, and I don't do 2. If I send you 2 small ones, it's because I'm not in a good mood. But it's always 2 capital XX's. XX.
It's kiss kiss, isn't it? Or no?
I think it is. I thought, okay, our British coworker that we still talk to.
Yeah.
She told me it was hugs, but I think it is kisses.
Yeah, because
it's XO.
Yeah, hugs and kisses.
Hugs.
Those are hugs, yeah.
Are the X's.
Kisses.
So it's...
Oh, wait, no, because you say...
So it's kisses, hugs, but we know it as hugs and kisses. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know
Whatever. That's how I send out my emails. That's where I learned it from. Still to this day.
I just say best. Yeah, because I thought it was kisses. I'm like, that's a little too. I don't know. It's.
That's a little unprofessional.
I mean, I think if.
I'm about it though.
Yeah, who cares at this point?
At this point, I'm like, it's literally it'd be weird if I
part
changed
of your
it.
yeah,
It would
it's
be
part of
weird
your
if I
brand
changed it at this
identity
point.
now.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I am starting to. We got ESPN, so I'm a sports girly now.
Oh, what sports? Formula One.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I pretty much got it for that reason, but it's like, I just didn't like. I got kind of tired of not knowing what was going on in like the sports world because all I do is like streaming services or whatever.
Oh, like live.
Yeah.
Sure.
So the Olympics are this year. I wanted to watch F1 actually instead of just
real time. Well, a lot of the races are like 7 in the morning
I
or
know.
5 in the morning, so they're like that.
I mean, it's fine for me because I will just start my day earlier. I like having sports on in the background, I've noticed. Because it's like sometimes like music, it kind of gets repetitive and I don't necessarily want to put on shows, but I'll put on shows that I've already watched and then I'll get to a part that I like and then I'll stop. Huh?
Wallpaper content.
Yeah.
Where it's like HGTV.
Yeah.
You just leave it on and like do everything you need to do, but pay attention to what's going on the screen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But sometimes I'll do that with like shows that I've already watched and then I'll stop what I'm doing and I'll like watch the part that I was interested in the first time I watched it, like rewatch it. So like that doesn't really work for me.
Yeah.
I watched A League of Their Own again this week.
I love that movie. Gina
the movie.
Davis.
No, it was the
series?
show, the series.
I'm thinking of the movie.
No, I worked on I watched that show before it came out because I was working on a project for that and that was like.
That's Amazon?
Yeah. So that's probably been my one of my favorite projects that I've ever worked on was for that show.
Okay.
And I was just feeling like nostalgic or something. And I just put it on in the background. So I rewatched that.
Okay.
But now I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to switch to sports because I think that just works better for me.
A sports girly.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching football. And I owe this to my friend Sandra. We've been friends since high school. I think it was one Super Bowl that the 49ers were in many, many, many years ago. And I sat there with her at her parents' house with her whole family who are also 49er fans. I think it's the 49ers. Sandra, if you're watching this and I get it wrong, I'm sorry. She sat there next to me and she explained what was happening each step of the way. Each play, what is it, not a yellow flag, that yellow handkerchief they throw or whatever.
Right.
She would explain to me what was happening, and then it made so much more sense. So now I enjoy it because I actually know what's going on. Yeah. Whereas before I was like, this is so dumb. It takes forever. But now I'm like, okay.
I just don't.
But I don't have a favorite team. That's my thing.
Yeah.
I don't have a favorite team. I just like watching good football. So I will root for whoever is playing the better game.
Yeah. Who were you rooting for the Super Bowl? I don't remember.
I mean, neither of them.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it was a really boring Super Bowl. It didn't get good until the fourth quarter, and I was like over it by then.
Yeah, same.
I'm like, no one's doing anything.
Yeah.
And then I was hoping that it was the Chiefs, right?
Right.
It was the Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping that the 49ers were just going to win by default, because they were winning up until the very end, and then they went into overtime, and that's when I was like, I'm going home. I've been here for 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
So whoever wins at this point wins at this point. I was at Jake's house. I came back home. I took Teddy out for a walk, and somebody in my apartment building from the balcony yelled out, "Go Chiefs! We won!" And that's how we knew the Chiefs won.
Yeah. By the time
cool.
I dropped
we were
you
together.
off.
Duh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, I dropped me off at my car.
Yes.
Because you were sick that day, so you were just kind of over it and done with all of us, I think.
I was getting over being sick. That's right.
So I drove home and I just saw it on social media. I'm like, okay, good for them.
Yeah. I was like,
but that was
fine.
it. That's fine.
I thought the game could have been more exciting, but.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm definitely one of those people. Well, so I worked on a project that involved F1 and then I started watching the Drive to Survive but it was already on for like season 2. So I like binge watched season 1, and then season 2 was like coming out the next
soon after.
Yeah, soon after.
Sure.
So I've watched all the seasons, and now I'm like, okay, I think I need to actually graduate from just watching the series.
I respect that, because I'm not waking up that early to watch anything. And
Yeah.
I know my friend Yara her and her dad are big F1 fans, and they wake up to watch those races live. And like this weekend was the first race of the season, which is in Bahrain, and she had texted me like, "Oh, are you watching it?" I was like, "Are you out of your fucking mind?" Absolutely not. It's like I'll watch the 3-minute recap on the Formula One YouTube channel so that I know what happened and who won. But other than
That's the
that,
extent of it.
yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how much that changes my personality.
That's why we do things these days. Okay.
Just kind of get bored of like what you're watching and what you're doing, and you just pick up a new thing, like a podcast.
Yeah, like this one.
Or like this one. But yeah, that's kind of...
I have to get better about... Nicolette is trying to get me to be more active on social media, which I hope I have.
Yeah,
I'm
are.
trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah. I definitely push you. It's like, you should post. You should post. Yeah. You should post.
And you're so nice about it. She's like, post this. And I'm like, I know what you're trying to say is like, make sure you post this fucking clip, Kevin. And I'm like, okay, I hear you. But I've gotten better. I need to continue getting better. I know that.
I think it's like this necessary evil,
unfortunately. I know.
But I feel like I've kind of figured out TikTok a little bit.
You really cracked the code on that one.
Yeah, I got finally, it's like I don't know, it's a completely different platform, and I find it fascinating the way that it works. And I don't necessarily like social media, but I do find algorithms interesting from just like a strategic standpoint. So I keep looking. I think it's weird when it's me, but when it's clips of like you and Michael, I can just look at the data and not care about like the personal implications.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm really like liberal with the clips of you and Michael, because I'm just like, whatever. If they don't like it, they can ask you to take it down. But with mine, I'm much more conservative. I'm just like, I don't know if I want this out there. But that's kind of why I wanted you to like do it too.
I'm the guinea pig.
I kind of wanted you to do it too, because I was like, so that I'm detached from it. You know what I mean? At least on that platform.
I have no rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
Why I post the things that I do. I'm like, this made me laugh.
Yeah.
Off it goes.
Yeah.
See how it does.
I know. I think it's funny what people end up getting attracted to too. Because like there's been times where I'm like, this is gonna do great, and then it gets like 3 likes. I'm like, okay.
You gotta rethink that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been fun. It's been interesting from like a purely numbers and data point of view.
What is that? We're throwing, what is it? Spaghetti at the wall, pasta at the wall?
Yeah, throwing pasta at the wall. And it's funny because like some people will make comments about that. It's just like, you're just posting things. I'm like, yeah, that's the point. Like,
who's making comments?
I don't know. Some random people will just be like,
who? On TikTok?
On TikTok, or I've seen like 1 or 2 comments of just people just being like,
you
don't have enough context for this or something like that. I'm like, thanks for the critique, I guess. I don't know.
We had that one hater comment.
Yeah.
And they deleted their comment after I responded to it.
Yeah, and I thought that was really interesting. It was just like, because I think that's the fun part about having a podcast called Your Petty Friend, is that we can be really petty in the comments. And you weren't even that bad. I was worse.
You like, it's funny now. Speaking of this comment, Nicolette screenshots it and she sends it to me. She texts it to me and she goes, "We got our first hater comment." I was like, "Oh my god, I'm excited! What does it say?" And I open this. I look at the screenshot, and it was on the comment of Michael and I talking about our time at the Apple Store and how it's my own opinion that at some point you should leave working at the Apple retail store. Which I said it before. I will say it again. You absolutely should. Don't get stuck there. Don't get stuck at working at any store. Anyways.
not to knock anybody that works at Apple or makes that
Because
their career.
that's what they thought. This commenter was like, I was talking shit about
people who make it their career,
which is not what I was saying at all.
No, and like without you have to like watch the whole episode to get the context of that clip, but
we're not. We know TikTok is for TikToks, not for full episodes of a podcast. Anyways, so their comment was, and you could tell they were British.
Yeah, because of the way they phrased it.
They said the word whilst.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh God, all the way across the pond, like, give me a fucking break. It was something along the lines of, imagine having a podcast with no views whilst talking down to retail store employees. Right,
which made no sense to me whatsoever.
So I let myself digest that. I was like, at first, because my first gut instinct is don't respond. Like, just leave it there for people to see. And then my brain quickly said, respond. And I wrote back, I would make fun of your podcast, but you don't have one yet. You're here watching mine with a smiley face.
Yeah, which was nice. And there was also like, they didn't have any of their own posts. They didn't have like a picture of on their profile. It was just a completely anonymous thing. Yeah. And I was just sort of like, what gives you the right? Like, I don't know.
Right. But like before, but like not even delving into like them as a person whatsoever. I posted it, and then like 30 minutes later, they just deleted their comment.
Yeah.
And then you text me. She was like, "Did you delete the comment?" I was like, "No. Why would I do that? I responded to it." But the comment was gone, but my response was still there. So I was like, "Now I gotta delete my response because that looks fucking weird."
Yeah.
So.
But anyway, I was just kind of like, I don't know. I find it interesting when people comment on things in like anonymously too. It's like, this is all you have to do with your life. I don't know.
We welcome it. Comment away.
No, comment away. I think it's just, I don't know. The internet is wild and people are weird, and I get like a lot of I don't know. Each platform is different, and they like the way people interact with them is just interesting. That's all I'm going to say on that.
I think I just don't care.
Right.
And I just leave it at that. And I feel like that's a very healthy way of approaching an online I'm just being me.
Right.
And either you get it or you don't. And that's okay. If you don't like me, that's okay.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I think there's, some people, I don't know. I guess because I've worked on so many different social media accounts, I have to be a little bit more cognizant of what like things mean to some degree.
I'm drinking a lot of water because I'm hungover. Okay.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It was a nice little social media industry chat, I guess. But it's fun. It's interesting. I've worked on other social media accounts for like brands and other influencers, but never been on, because I don't necessarily
want to be on the receiving end.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah.
But here you are.
And here I am. I'm getting used to it. It's like a muscle. And I was talking to this with like someone that I might like collaborate on something for the house, not for this. And it's like trying to learn social media for the benefit of my own business too, right?
Sure.
And so I was telling her about like this podcast, and it's just people, there's the parasocial relationship aspect of having.
Parasocial, what does that mean?
It's like where people, they think they know you because of like what content you put out.
Sure.
Yeah. And they'll like watch a podcast and they think that you're talking about them, like that girl that I mentioned before.
You were talking about her.
Yeah, I know. But I meant like the original, the thing that she responded to. I don't know. It's like people make things about them.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah. Well, for the most part, if you think I'm talking about you, I probably am. Yeah. So it's not in your head. I'm not going to gaslight you. I'm going to say, yeah, that was about you. 1,000% it was. It wasn't.
I'm not saying like I'm gaslighting. Yeah. I just mean that like, I don't know. People, I don't know. To each their own, I guess. If something I said on the podcast pissed you off enough to like get a reaction out of you, I guess that's effective. I guess the podcast is being effective in some way. Like if you look at it that way, it's getting attention, and that's the whole point, I guess, whether it's good or bad.
All publicity.
All publicity is good publicity, I guess.
I don't
fully believe that either. But
here we are.
Yeah. I don't know. What are you up to this week? I'm going to go to my old school and talk to them about being a designer in today's current climate, which I find fascinating. I'm just like
teaching the children.
So when I went to school, I was a part of like this advertising club, and I was supposed to originally be like an art director in advertising. I was like very like Mad Men-esque or whatever. And then I ended up like working in music and entertainment instead.
Which I think people probably find more interesting.
Yeah, like my stories are like it's so interesting to like the students or whatever. So I think that's why they keep asking me to come back. But right now it's like everything's so weird with AI. So I'm more interested in like hearing what they have to say and how they view it. And I'm just kind of going in and like, this is how I think of things. And like, I know that it's like really difficult for like students now to get into the industry and to get work. So I don't know. I'm hoping that like I can learn from them. Hopefully I say some things
very profound.
Yeah.
You'll end up on TikTok.
Yeah, sure. I just mean that like I'm looking forward to it. So I'm doing that this week.
I love that. Well, nice.
Having discussions with the youngins.
Have you seen those TikToks of kids singing Love by Keisha Cole?
No.
Okay. I'm sure some of you watching have. It was like at a middle school dance of the kids, today's kids in middle school singing Love by Keisha Cole. Mm-hmm. And it was like to a point where one of the kids had his friend on his shoulders. And they're all singing Love by Keisha Cole. You haven't seen this? It brought tears to my eyes thinking, I'm like, the kids are going to be okay. Or if they know this song,
they'll be okay.
They're going to be okay. Like, they're heading in the right direction. And then a school teacher, she lives in Atlanta, school in Atlanta, the music teacher at like this middle school, I guess, had the kids sing Love by Keisha Cole. Mm-hmm. And the teacher was like, oh, it would be better if you sing it like this. And then Keisha Cole comes out and she starts singing it. And I was like, I can't take this. I can't take it. Too much.
This is too precious.
It's too much. It's so sweet though.
Aw. Yeah. I think I feel for them. I feel for like all the incoming generations. They have to.
It's gonna get ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
But we're just trying to be more positive and friendly with this one. I'm petty.
You're like, Love. We're doing a really good job.
You think so?
No.
Okay.
But
yeah, what are you up to this week?
This week, just work. Let's see, I started with a new trainer. So, working out with him tomorrow, and then a few other times this week. And then that's it. I'm trying to keep my calendar light this week. Why? I don't know.
It's I don't know. I feel like it's like the calm before the storm a little bit. Yeah. It's like winter's ending and spring is starting, and
I am currently in a no stress mood, and I have moments like this where I consciously go into work with the idea that I'm not going to allow anything to bother me.
That's probably healthy. That's healthy.
Regardless of what it is, because for a few weeks there, I was very irritated and annoyed at work, and it was starting to like eat me from the inside out. And I just decided, I'm like, it doesn't matter what it is. It's not going to bother me. I'm just going to do my job, go on about my business.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's going on with me. I mean, work will always be there.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I think that's...
Do you feel... I know Nicolette likes a short episode.
I know. Has it been long enough?
But I feel like we've been filming for a second.
Have we? I can't even. I forgot to put on a timer. But it's like such a ingrained timer thing. Like after 30 minutes, I'm like, I'm tired. Can we be done? Like,
We know,
And, like,
Nicolette. If
Michael-
you look at the timestamps
No, I know.
of our episodes versus my episodes with Michael, there's 30 minutes.
No, I know.
A 30-minute difference between him.
And I'm
us.
trying to like increase my stamina because Michael is like forcing me to, but
You got some competition.
I know.
Like,
and I need it. I'm like, I am a kind of like a competitive person. So I do. It's not that I'm competitive towards Michael, but I like look at that and I'm just like, ugh, I need to talk
She
more.
tried really hard to say goodbye to being in front of the camera.
It's not that I like.
And hold on.
Okay.
I kept saying to her, I said, you should, because when you were like, I want to be more behind the scenes, I said, okay, great. We'll bring Michael in, totally fine.
Yeah.
But I kept saying, I said, you should film one episode. You should film one episode. After Michael, you and I can film one, or before Michael, you and I can film one.
Yeah.
And then the other day, she calls me and she's like, I just feel like I need to start filming episodes again. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
No,
I'm like,
it wasn't
I've been
like
saying
that.
this to you for weeks.
I mean, it was just, I don't know. It's, I think, yeah, having Michael has been kind of, it's been nice to have him as like an example. And I think that the first couple episodes, it was more like, I don't know, I'm doing this, but I'm very uncomfortable and I needed a break.
Really uncomfortable. I think both of us were.
Yeah. And so I'm like, and I needed a break and I wanted to focus on like other aspects of it too,
Totally fine.
And so it's really nice to have like Michael talk to you about these certain topics. And it's also nice for me because that's like, I get to know him more too. Mm-hmm. And so he's really good at it. And
I know, isn't that crazy?
I know. I'm just like,
He clicked right in.
He's like a salesman, right?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
I don't know what he does exactly. I just know he works.
He works with
agility.
expensive cars.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know exactly what you do. But yeah, it's just nice to have a backup for when I don't feel like filming. And I think that's really what I wanted from you, is to get like someone else involved so that I don't have that kind of pressure to like.
The pressure is on.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't mean like, I just meant like, I don't want the pressure of like having to be in every episode is what I meant.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be good for you to come by a little more often.
Yeah.
In front of the camera.
Every other or whatever. But I think it would be fun to put like a call out to anybody. Some people have asked to be on the podcast
Natalie
too.
has asked, my oldest sister, funny enough.
And I think that would be great. Like I would love that.
I know Michael's younger sister, Emily, asked, I think that would be great.
Yeah.
My I don't want to say old personal trainer, but my old personal trainer Ryan wants to come on, and he's hot. So
yeah.
I told him, I said, you can come, but you can't wear your shirt.
What shirt?
It's just a shirt. I was like, you gotta be like, don't wear a shirt.
He used to be shirtless the entire time.
Yeah, the whole
Got
time.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah, one of my friends, I talked to her about it. I've talked to two of my friends about it, and they were interested, but they both live far, and it's like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I can bring someone else on here.
Okay.
But this is mostly your thing, so
It's our thing.
it's ours. But I feel
we build together.
yeah, and I think it's. In terms of like my social circle, I don't necessarily hang around people who would do this, like, but the two people that I have asked, like, they're interested. So we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see if we can work that
Well,
out.
TBD.
Yeah.
We got some new faces coming along the way at some point.
Yeah. So
Try
thanks
them out.
for hanging out with us.
Thanks for hanging out with us and hanging on until the 14th episode.
Yeah.
15th,
it's
16th, 17th. They're gonna keep coming.
Yeah. It's been fun. We've done this 12 episodes in like 3 months. Wait.
I can't remember when we started this.
It was like mid-December. No, beginning of December.
God, that seems like so long ago.
I know. But yeah, it hasn't been that long, and we've got 14 episodes.
Look at
So
that.
that's nice.
And more to come. Do you want to take us on home?
Huh?
Do you want to say goodbye?
Yeah. Wait, how do I say goodbye? Just say goodbye. You do it.
Okay. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
We'll see you all next episode.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.